Good evening, everyone. The Lord Garrett Snow here, and I've been absent for a few months, haven't I? Yes, I have. And it's mostly just due to I haven't actually been playing video games like at all. The most I've actually been playing is Splatoon the past couple of months. I've had a bunch of life changes. I'm now working full-time out of a factory. Slash, I occasionally do some wall work on the side. And I started playing Warhammer 40k, the tabletop game. So I really haven't been playing video games at all. And just starting to get back in the Total War series. This is like my third game back. First one I actually won. And playing as Germania, or the Suebi, which is German, the one German faction in Rome 2, versus the Romans. Pretty basic army. 2 Berserkers, 2 Odin's Spears, 4 Bloodborne, 4 Chimbri Bowwomen, 2 Germanic Youth, and then some Scout Riders, Riders of the Hunt, and Noble Riders on the sides. And just trying to keep things basic. You're going to see me mess up a bunch of my micromanagement in this game, because I haven't barely touched it in the past few months, so I'm complete shit at it. But back to the subject of Warhammer 40k. A few months ago, or I guess it was 6-7 months ago now, it's been a while, I guess, went into my local game shop, Skywag Toys, looking to get into Warhammer, the tabletop fantasy. Turns out they started Age of Sigmar literally right shortly after I was asking about it, so that was kind of off the table. And I got into Warhammer 40k instead, because fantasy was no more. They are doing their new game, which I didn't have a whole lot of interest in. And I kind of figured no sense dropping a few $100s on an army for fantasy when I'm basically going to be getting a similar experience with Warhammer Total War coming out in just under 3 months now. Which I'm really excited, by the way, and that's going to be like the main thing I'm going to be playing next 40k and a few other things. But yeah, I've started playing Warhammer 40k. I currently have 3 armies under way. Bought a crap ton of orcs off of eBay for a really good price, like $3,000 worth of an orc army for about $400 in summer. I have the Chaos Space Marines, and then I have a mixed army of Dark Eldar and the Harlequins, which are currently my favorite to play as. Yeah, Harlequins are bloody awesome. They're pure shock army, kind of like what I'm using right now. Well, this has a little bit more range, but they're basically space elves dressed up as like jesters, and the Guardians of the Black Library. They have a lot of, well, not compared to most armies, they don't have a whole lot of lore behind them, but the lore that is there, they're bloody awesome. And they're basically the big followers of the Laughing God in 40k, which is one of the 3 surviving Elder gods. And I'm currently getting lost in talking about bloody lore. I actually recommend a few channels if you're interested in 40k at all, or interested in 40k but haven't started it and would like to know a little bit about the lore. I will totally give you some channels. And then there's also some fantasy stuff if you're a Total War player and are wondering about Warhammer Total War. I will give you 2 channels to more or less get a jump start into the lore, so you know what's going on. Understood. And let's actually talk about the battle. My original thought was I'm going to surround the Romans, and I guess Teutoburg, I can't pronounce it. That bloody great forest battle where the Germans completely annihilated the Roman army. I was trying to do that here. Things don't really go as planned. Have both my missile cavalry at the back, firing pop shots. I accidentally separated my one rider of the Hunt. They got wiped out. Oh, both riders of the Hunt got wiped out. I threw my heavy cavalry into the main conflict here against their main infantry line, which I actually managed to take out a good amount so far. My original strategy was throw the shock infantry in first, then throw the berserkers in, while flanking with the cavalry. And I did that somewhat well, but I was afraid I was going to lose this battle because most of my infantry went away quite fast. But what he should have done here is, after taking out a main part of the infantry, is focus his cavalry on getting rid of the bowwoman here, because as you're about to see, they're gonna start fucking wiping out a good majority of his infantry. Like, they're gonna turn here and just wait for the huge volley of arrows coming in. They're gonna start cheering. And yeah. And then the Roman infantry gets routed by fucking tier 1 Germanic youths. But the bowwoman in this battle fucking do a number on them. Like, they're gonna wipe out the general here. And I'm firing into my own guys as well, but, you know. That actually is one thing I like about the Total War games, unlike Warhammer 40k, is I'd love to be able to fire into my own guys, like throw some weak infantry in and hold some units in some place, but you can't do that. And I believe the one army you can do that in Warhammer is the Skaven, but no. And he charges my bowwoman here, but little to know, they have spears, and they're also going to get pelted with arrows, so yeah. I'm gonna kill some of my own girls, but I don't think any of this cavalry is gonna get away. One guy here, yeah, the one guy. Oh no, he. No one's getting away. Yeah, main infantry line's completely gone. He has a couple units of spearmen left, and his missiles, which aren't gonna survive that long. Throwing my noble riders in, and the Germanic youths, which actually managed to survive the battle somewhat. No, not half their guys. Good chunk left, and they're bloody getting charges off. And they're not really a chargy unit. They throw javelins in and meat shield. And anyways, thank you very much for watching. It was a Pyrrhic victory for me. I deployed 1,700 dudes roughly. He deployed 1,700, 1,900. He took out just over 1,000 of mine, and I took out almost 1,500 of his, which is a pretty good game. This is my third game back. Didn't really go too much into the detail, but first win out of my free games I've played so far in the past few months. And I'd like to thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.